Toy Mafia.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we are live, by the way. It's kind of boot.
I got a notification from Facebook.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we got I went live, so we're live. We can bring it in.
Yeah.
Yo, Toy Mafia, what's up? Kind of a bootleg live today. What's up, Ray?
I'm doing good. Like you said, it's a bootleg, so we're gonna go for an hour tops today. At top.
Yeah, we're gonna go for an hour tops today. I hit up Ray because we're supposed to do the live. I'm like, damn, I'm tired, man. I had 2 cups of coffee, and I'm like, I don't know if I want to get up on the show and sound like Chris Christie. Chris Christie looks like he would rather be anywhere in his life, anywhere in the world other than on that debate stage. And I'm like, damn, man, I had a long day. I got work and all that kind of stuff. I'm like, I'm going to be on the live sounding like Chris Christie on the stage, man, just washed. And I'm like, and seriously, that's why I'm like, I can't do that, man. I was like, and then I'm like, this is a big moment. So let's just talk about it. Even if I sound washed, Ray, I'd rather talk about it.
Well, unlike Christie, at least you work out.
Yeah, and that actually making me tired too, man. I'm old, man. I can't be lifting weights and stuff. My body's like, you getting too old for this.
You're as old as my parents, so both of my parents.
Yeah, so you got your whole day, no excuses, man. No excuses. Let's go. Let's get hype.
I think you're just under a month younger than my mom. So yeah.
He's just trying to bury me to start the live.
But my dad's like 6-7 months older than you. So.
Okay, so we good there. No, man, I'm proud of it, man. I'm still grateful, still ticking. How you feeling, Ray? We're gonna get into the debate. We're just gonna do it off the cuff tonight.
Yeah. I'm feeling good, man. Got a Ray studio shirt today.
Oh yes. I still didn't, man. I gotta get mine.
Yeah.
He's rocking the Ray studio shirt. Check him out on Rumble.
Yeah, well, this actually is not the one that you see on Spring.com. It's the same logo, but it's the original version of it, where I had through like some other website. That's where I had it done through.
Okay, cool, yeah.
Yeah, the version that you see on Spring.com is far better because the imagery is better, like the color correcting is better. This was just the original. Like when I very first showed you in Carlson in that one video, this is that same shirt.
Okay. Yeah. I'm still mad. I still have not looked for another t-shirt, provider or whatever, manufacturer. I'm still salty. I had a MAGA communism shirt that they banned from Spring Tea.
Why?
I don't know. It definitely wasn't for MAGA. They're the ones that did all the other MAGA stuff. It was for the communism line. So whatever. This is so stupid.
Hey, as a joke, either you or Steven should do MAGA fascism.
That would be for Steven. That'd be for you. Well,
I ain't no fascist.
You're authoritarian, not fascist.
Yeah, well, I don't think Steven actually is a fascist. I think he's just joking.
No. We're just joking. But yeah, let's talk about it, man, because we only got about a little bit before.
Oh, one more thing.
Oh no, what's that?
How you let my new camera set up?
I like it, man. Let's highlight Ray. Ray got the new setup going, chilling, man. Look like a professional. You look like what's his? Is it Tim Dillon? He kind of got his. He's the comedian.
I know who Tim Dillon is.
Yeah, he's hilarious. The setup, not you, but the setup. Like he has a nice little desk. Have you seen his new studio?
No, I have not.
Okay, I don't know how new it is. I haven't been able to catch his lives a lot, but he has a cool the whole desk setup.
This is the exact way it looked before. I just changed the camera. Like
Camera
well,
angle.
actually, is the same camera because I was just using a webcam.
Hmm.
But I still had one. I this was. I'll be real quick with this. But I was dumb. I was dumb when I didn't realize this. Because my webcam, like the thing where I put it on the laptop right here.
Hmm.
Get I didn't I forget I never I totally forgot that there was like one of those screw like things on it where like you could like screw it on like a post like thing.
Oh yeah.
And I already had a post right here, and I never thought to screw it on until just like on Monday. So I realized how dumb I was. So I should have thought of that. I should have thought of that much sooner.
Yeah, I mean it's really the audio makes a lot more is a lot more important, I think, because a lot of people just we're not even really showing stuff on the screen all the time. It's like a podcast, so you're good, man, as long as you're feeling comfortable.
Yeah, got the
Yeah,
American flag, got my Cowboys
yeah,
banner, I got my Ali poster, my Joe
yeah.
yeah, my Joe Rogan interviewing Bigfoot and alien poster.
Hmm.
I got my Spider-Man hot toy, and I got my lizard mask right there.
Yep. See, you got to have what you have. I got my Isom comic book. I got my Brandon Tatum blackout flag hat. This is old school. Old school. My first gear I ever made was this one. So yeah, Ray, let's get into it, man. Vivek, do you want to start with Vivek? I think Vivek
Yeah.
is the
Well,
headline, man.
when I was actually just got done watching this before you told me like, hey, let's actually do this. I
Hmm.
was actually watching Ben Shapiro's opinion on it, and where he attacked Vivek, basically saying like how he's stupid, he's acting like a moron right here. Saying he literally said DeSantis won the debate. So yeah, so, like he was literally saying Vivek is only doing what he's doing just so he can go for the Ohio Senate seat, or so that he can be in Trump's cabinet, or so he can start a podcast.
Yeah, so no, let's talk about that because everyone's already heard it and it's gone viral, especially in the circles that would be listening to our show. What happened with Vivek and the debate? I didn't. The last debate was actually kind of whack, and I wasn't gonna call not call off work, but schedule the day off to do a stream and plan it. You know what I mean? I'm like these debates kind of whack, man. And after I got home, I think it was, I got home later on and I started listening to it. And I was like, damn, because Vivek started out hot. Now, let me say this. I don't know if Vivek is controlled op or the homie Dr. Shiva Ayadore is not a fan of Vivek. But here's what he says about Vivek. He doesn't say what Vivek says is wrong.
Yeah.
Most of it. I think he would listen. I would agree with 90% of what or more of what Vivek says. People just don't know if he's real. Is that what Ben's trying to say?
No, he just doesn't like him. Like
Okay.
you know how he's a never Trumper.
Yeah.
Because Vivek, even though he's not exactly like Trump, he's in a lot of ways a younger version of Trump, just more polished with what he says.
Yeah.
Like
And I think
Vivek is what we all thought DeSantis was going to be. So
oh gosh, and were we dead wrong? Right. I don't even know. I won't put you in it because I'm not sure where you had with DeSantis, but boy, did I not know DeSantis.
yeah,
It's like almost you saw what DeSantis was doing in Florida. I like what he was doing in Florida. I still like what he's basically been doing. There's a couple of things I've had problems with, but I'm not going to digress to that. Right?
yeah.
Basically, overall, I've liked what he was doing in Florida. I wanted him to run. I don't think I ever said a bad word about that bruh until he ran for president. Even after he announced he ran, I barely said a bad word about him. But it's almost like
Well,
you dated
well,
somebody and then you got to know him and you're like, nah, this ain't the one.
or like basically usually what that's like is like not, most of the time, at least in today's world, it's not how they are as a person, it's how it does like I'm in like I'll be PG-13 here, the entertainment life, you know what I mean. Let's just okay, the pleasure entertainment, well I'll you know what I'm referring to when I say that. It's usually because that's not really that good, so that's why
Yeah, I
you
mean, wait. I mean, we're on YouTube, but I
yeah
know
but
I know what
like
you're saying.
like we all thought DeSantis was a good person, and then
Hmm.
like the GOP was like they started realizing that the SEX wasn't actually that good, so we decided like, hey, let's get our you know what's out of here. So
I mean, that's a great analogy. I mean, just man, was I wrong? I didn't think DeSantis was going to be like Vivek necessarily, but I thought he would
I
be
did.
more. I thought he'd be more. Yeah, I know. I thought he'd be more in that lane. I
Be,
thought he would be stronger. Man,
yeah, yeah.
let's go. Let's talk about
Be,
DeSantis for a second, though. Let's talk
this,
about DeSantis and the debate.
oh, oh, oh. Did you saw the meme I tagged you and the others in yesterday
I didn't even see
about
that.
where the football intro with them coming in? So
Oh
like
yeah, 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 yeah. Hmm.
yeah, Ron DeSantis, High Heels University.
Man, let's talk about this for a second.
Yeah,
Somebody, you are a grown ass man, and you're on stage in front of millions of people running for president, and another man talks about you being in 3-inch high heels,
like
and
like
you don't even acknowledge it, bruh.
like if you're wearing cowboy boots, that's different then. But no, he's just wearing heels. So I'm lost for words, man. I'm truly at loss for words.
Vivek calls out. It was one of the better. I mean,
It's
you know how
funny.
they think of these. They all these politicians are so fake and phony. They come up with these one-liners.
Yeah,
Look, just like the Chris Christie Donald Duck one that was. Oh my
stupid.
lord. Yeah, and how long did he take to come up for that? That was probably a Chat GPT one. That's how Chat GPT come up with stupid jokes like that.
Yeah.
Vivek not only came up with the one-liner, he was slashing Nikki Haley and Ron DeSantis with it after substance. So he comes with the line with the Dick Cheney in 3-inch heels, and there's two of them on the stage. And Ron DeSantis, to this moment, to my knowledge, at least let's talk. I know for a
Yeah.
fact in the debate he never acknowledged it.
Well,
What the hell kind of human being is that? What kind of man is that, bruh?
yeah. He claims to be 5'11", and I'm 5'11", but when he's standing next to my governor Kim Reynolds, who's very short, he's not 5'11". I'm sorry, he's not 5'11". He's shorter. Now I don't care what your height is, but I'm just saying, at least be upfront with how tall you are. Come on.
But here's my. I'm even just as a man, man. I'm not saying you have to lash out or you even have to do a corny comeback like Nikki Haley did. But I give Nikki Haley credit. She acted like a human being. She didn't stay on like some script. When it came back to her, she was like, "Wait a second, this girl called me out on my high heels, and she said I use them as ammunition or whatever the corny bullshit she said." But at least she acknowledged it, though. Ron DeSantis didn't even acknowledge it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
That's not a human being. What do you mean? Like, what, bruh? How are you
well,
running? He should drop out immediately. I'm done.
I'm
That's enough.
I,
I've had enough of Ron DeSantis.
so I want to ask you something.
Yeah.
Do you think it was a mistake for DeSantis to go on Patrick Bet David's show now?
No, I don't
Looking
think.
back on it,
No,
because it truly exposed the heel stuff.
it
So
did. It did. But you've got to do the long form to get better at him. He actually had a really good podcast. With the whole podcast was good. That's why Jack Posobiec and everybody else, they were astroturfing the boots. And it was a bad moment. And I don't blame them. But it was covering up for, he actually did way better on it than I thought he was going to do. And he just had that one, because he's just not real. I don't know what's wrong. Some people think he's autistic. I don't know what's wrong with him. Something is off, man. He's just not authentic. He can't laugh at himself like in a realistic way.
like
Like if you say I had heels, say I listened to my advisors and I put heels in my shoes, and then somebody found it. They caught me. I would take the shoes off and be like, "Look, yep, I got the heels on now. I'm gonna look down at Donald Trump's bitch ass after I beat him in the primary." Or I don't know, man, just something like he's not a human being, bro.
well, some think he's autistic. Steven thinks he's gay. So so
I mean,
I,
there's like, I mean, if he is, that'd be. I mean, actually, it would be good if he came out and said that. I think. Here's the
yeah,
thing about the boots, though,
yeah,
too.
can you just imagine it? Just imagine the line. I'm like just in behind the scenes. I'm like, what if he is gay? How do you think it goes behind? How do you think it he handles his relationship with his wife then? I'm really curious if he truly is.
He's
So
a he's a you know he's a bottom bitch or something, man. If he's gay, he definitely, I don't know, man. He is, and but here's the thing. So that actually would help him, I think, if he was gay and came out like that. But what I'm saying, the boot thing went viral. Do you know how hard it is to go viral, especially for Ron DeSantis? I don't think he's gone viral for anything since he ran, has he?
um,
Maybe,
since he ran, wait, are you talking about since
yeah.
2020 or since
No,
he
no, since
announced
he
his presidency?
announced.
Um, what when did the slavery part happen?
Yeah.
Well,
So maybe something like that. That's not
well,
good.
we're like he was saying like slaves benefited from slavery, even though even though
That was
technically that's not entirely what he meant,
I had
but
his back on that. I completely, and I was heated
uh,
at
yeah,
Wesley Hunt and
yeah,
Byron Donalds for that.
I could see what he was trying to say. I don't think he was intentionally
No,
saying it was good,
no, he
but I
didn't
could
say
just see
anything
what he was
close
trying
to
to say.
that. He didn't say anything close to that. The slavery stuff was a complete lie and smear against him. But here's my point: he doesn't go viral. It's just he doesn't have the ability to go viral for anything. So the boots thing definitely went viral.
Mm.
So use it, man. Have fun with it. Like
Yeah.
he's too serious. Like you know,
Because remember when Trump, when he was during his presidency, remember when he came out on stage where but he had his pants on backwards? Remember that?
I faintly remember that. Yeah, actually, that was when was that? That was a long time ago, wasn't it?
Was it 2017 or 2018?
Yeah,
I forgot.
yeah.
But he made a joke out of it though, I believe. So
Okay, yeah. I mean, you got to be able to kind of go with the flow, and then, I don't even know what the line would be, but you got to have, like, you're preparing for this. You're running for president. You don't have any thoughts in your head about how if Tim Scott goes at me, but Tim Scott's relevant. So, but for definitely for Vivek, Ron DeSantis doesn't have anything to go back at Vivek about. He didn't. The boots thing went viral. You're not ready for somebody on the stage to talk about it or make a joke about it.
you know
You're not
something?
ready.
I'm surprised no one on the stage had made fun of Vivek's hair from the second debate. I'm surprised no one had.
Yeah, but I mean that wasn't even a see that wasn't even a work. But I mean, I don't know. If it's just not in his personality, I guess you can't do it. But you got to be able to adjust on the
True.
fly, man. You got to be able to be a human up there. Something. He had plenty of time before it came back to him again after the Three Hills thing,
Yeah.
to kind of get at Vivek somehow or say something, man. And I don't even know if he has acknowledged it afterwards. I'm
Uh,
like, man, I can't let that go. I'm gonna
yeah.
have to say
Oh,
something.
oh. Well, I tweeted out, I believe this, I forgot whether it was this morning or or if it was last night, where I said that I know it was this morning, where I said everyone other than outside of Trump and Vivek should drop out immediately because they're just taking up space on the debate stage, and plus they're taking away spots in the percentage polls from the two of them. And this race should just be Trump and Vivek, no one else.
Well, I'm gonna go much harder than that. I think Donald Trump should drop out and endorse Vivek. I don't have time for somebody. I don't give a damn about a poll. Everybody's telling me. I'm like, well, Vivek is
Yeah.
on MSNBC flaming them to their face. And where's Donald Trump? He's at his own rally. He's on Truth Social. I don't for what? Because why? Because he's ahead in the polls? Man, we don't even look at polls like that. Who's talking about a damn poll?
Mhm.
You have a chance to go on MSNBC after they are involved with smearing you and making it sound like you took nuclear secrets to Mar-a-Lago and all kinds of nonsense. And you have a chance to go on the stage and you can name Willie Geist and Scarborough and throw gasoline on the stage like Vivek did. And where are you at? You in a rally at an echo chamber when you could be in that on that Nate's channel saying what I would want to say on the stage like Vivek, and you think that a poll is the reason why I would be okay with you not on there?
Yeah. Yeah, possible. But yeah, this is actually something I wanted to talk to you about with Trump's VP. Like who do you, like I said this and I'll say it again. There's only two I've heard the rumors about Tucker from earlier, but in my opinion, I think Tucker's better suited what he's doing right now. But to me, there's really two options for his VP, in my opinion. That's Vivek or Christy Nome. And here's why. Vivek has gone down with a lot of people, but the ones that he's gone down with are older people. He's gone up with younger people like around my age. And Christy Nome, that could help Trump with the area that has hurt him the most, which are suburban women. Now, the only thing that neither of them would solve are single women, but that's neither here or there. I don't know if they could even solve that to begin with, but we could at least solve the younger people, because younger people are very left, hard left, and suburban women vote heavily Democrat. So one of those two, in my opinion, would be able to at least patch up, at least stop the bleeding from one of those areas, in my opinion.
So yeah, you're looking at Tucker and Christy Nome.
Vivek and Christy Nome
for VP.
Yeah.
So you're saying no, not Tucker.
I said Tucker would be better suited doing what he's doing right now.
Yeah, I think it's just a matter of Tucker might be ready to move on out.
Yeah, but like I said, Vivek would help with younger people. Kristen Noem would help with suburban women. So, but I said it's neither here or there. So it depends on which one you think is more worth trying to stop.
Yeah,
at least trying to get.
Didn't Christy Noem have a scandal though? Was it a cheating scandal or what was that?
I wasn't fully aware of that. I don't know all the details with it. I don't
know how much that would play, but I thought there was I think it was a cheating scandal with Corey Lewandowski or whatever. I don't know. I don't know if it was cheating or not. Let me not get into something I'm not. I saw people chatting about it, and I'm like, I don't really care about Christy Noem if she does become VP, then whatever that is, I will have to read into it more.
But I like her though.
Yeah. Without any scandals, she would be one of the top ones. For me, not really, but I understand for the suburban women. But to me, it would be I would have to go with Vivek, and I know that would be unusual because you would normally want to get somebody who's different than you to get a different demographic, and I don't see how. Vivek maybe gets younger, but I don't know if Trump really needs help other than bringing him out. He would probably need more help with the suburban women, but I thought that's why I thought it was going to be Carrie Lake, and I don't even know if she helps with them.
No, that would not help with suburban women because people hate Carrie Lake more than they hate Trump.
Yeah, that's an interesting thing to think about. So. I think Tucker Carlson has a lot of motivation to be VP. There's a little Trump talked about it on Outkick today, I believe. I think Tucker has a lot of motivation to be VP because if Tucker wants to run, Tucker's not going to want to do what he's doing forever. I mean, he's just a beast at it. He's been doing it for how long? Tucker's been in the game from when
years.
How much?
20 plus years.
He's been in the game for 20 plus years, man. He's probably everybody else wants him to keep doing his show, which is great. But Tucker's probably like, man, I'm in the prime, and who's the best orator? Who's the best speaker right now? As great as Vivek is, Tucker's a better, I think, just speech giver. Vivek's good, don't get me wrong, but Tucker's just so natural and good. You could see if Tucker wants to have a chance to run in 2028, it would be tough if Trump won. Whoever Trump's VP is would have, if it was Christy Noem would be the candidate in 2028. Tucker would not have a chance. So if Tucker doesn't become VP now, say he doesn't even want to be in politics, but he might want to run for president in 2028. If he doesn't get VP now, he has to wait 4 years for the Trump term to be done. Then let's say it's Christy Noem. Then Christy Noem would get another 8 years. It'd be hard to challenge her. So it'd be 12 years from now before he could even get in the game again.
Well, here's what I would ask you. Who do you want to see debate Kamala Harris more? Tucker, Vivek, or Kristen Noem?
From those three, it actually would be Christy Noem probably from those three, but I'm still not a huge... I'm not going to pick her over Vivek or Tucker in general, though.
Yeah. I think it just depends on. For me, it would depend between, because I prefer Vivek or Christy Nome. To me, it would depend on who would you want to see more debate Kamala Harris. That's how I would try to settle that, and I
That's a
still would
good.
have to I still would have to think about that.
Yeah, I don't think there are going to be any debates. I really don't. I don't see,
There
but
will
this
be.
is still good for a hypothetical. But I don't think there's going to be one. Let's say Trump wins the nomination, and let's just say it's Biden still, which I don't think it will be, but I don't know who the other person would be. Now, if it's Gavin Newsom, actually, then I think there might be. But with Joe Biden, they're not going to do any debates. It's not going
I
to be a debate.
I think there will be. I think there will. I just
There's
I
no
just
way. He
because that was
can't.
the
Joe Biden can't debate. There's no way. I think there's 0% chance he debates.
the reason.
Just like they did it with Katie Hobbs. Katie Hobbs. Katie Hobbs didn't debate.
Well, that was a governorship. I
I,
think I think the federally they can actually pull some strings and make it happen.
yeah, I don't
They-
think
they-
I don't think the Democrats are in this mode where it's well we know we got our whatever game we got running to rig
I,
things,
I,
steal things, and we're just going to hide in the basement.
I think you should put a poll. Who would you prefer to see debate Kamala Harris, Vivek or Christy Nome? I think you should do a poll like that.
I will. I can't do one
Yeah.
quickly now, but wait, but no, that's a great question though. I think that's a good way to phrase it because to me, I think Tucker or Vivek, it could be kind of hard because believe it or not, they would look like they're beating up on like a poor, stupid, black woman. Just no. I mean that's what I mean. They call her black, so well, I'll just do that. But no, I'm serious because I don't think Kamala. Like if Vivek came with the heat like he came last night, I think Kamala Harris would actually look sympathetic because she's so
Do you
ill
think that? Do
prepared.
you think that's possible? Why Fetterman won? Because like there
Yeah,
was a sympathy element to it,
absolutely,
not just because Oz was an awful candidate, but because there was some sympathy with Fetterman.
absolutely. Milo talked about that.
Yeah, I
Milo. That
remember
was
that.
before. That was before the
That was
um
that was when he
election,
won.
right? Or was it
He,
after?
that was the day after the midterms. The day after.
Oh, that was the day after. So he had said it afterwards. But I think he had the vibe of it before that he was like, you feel for Fetterman. Like as much as we made fun of him, that's absolutely true, man. If you talk about the person Fetterman, the guy who lost his capacity because he was a normal, kind of talking dude before. He was kind of like he acted like a populist before. And he
Mm,
had his brain, he could talk, he was fine. And then to see him deteriorate to where he is now as a person, man, that's hard not to kind of root for that or feel sorry for that. As a senator, I couldn't care less. This is just ridiculous. But as a person, yeah, there's some sympathy there.
yeah, I I would have I like me. I would have to think more about it because it'll just depend on who I want to debate more Kamala Harris more. I
Mhm.
just don't know. I'll have to think more about that.
Yeah, it could be somebody out of the block, but out of the, you know, out of the box. But it could be Byron Donalds is probably. I'm
Mm,
looking at that. I mean,
nah,
Trump might like that.
they'll
I'm
they'll they'll just make Byron Donalds like Larry Elder. That's just what they'll do.
yeah
Like I
yeah
I I love Larry Elder. I'm a huge fan, but he would just be Byron Donalds would be just as easy to attack as Larry Elder would because they would claim him to be like something like the black face of white supremacy. They would almost do something like that that would damage him. I'm almost certain.
yeah. But I mean, he can take it. I don't know. The thing about I'm not excited about that, and I will have to think about how to articulate it. I like Byron Donalds. He really is like a young Tim Scott. Tim Scott. I used to like Tim Scott. Tim Scott was smart, believe it or not, but he just never adapted with the times. Byron Donalds is like a Tim Scott adapted with the times. The Byron Donalds is a corporate dude. He's
Yeah,
just friendly to MAGA, which I'm fine with, man. Everybody's not gonna be America first or MAGA.
like
So
like I said, I still think you're MAGA. You just don't realize it.
yeah, I'm sidestepping away a little bit from that until I mean, MAGA's Israel first at this point, and I
No,
am
it's
absolutely
not.
not.
No, it's not. I completely disagree with that part.
But Matt Gates is literally tweeting. Donald Trump is tweeting. I stand with Israel.
Saying you stand with Israel does not mean you're Israel first.
No, yeah, I guess you could make that argument.
Like Carlos isn't Israel first; he's America first. He just
You
says he
know,
supports Israel.
yeah, but I don't think they have the take Carlos has. I think they're Israel first. I don't think you're taking Carlos. I don't think they're in the same boat.
I
They're
some might be. I agree with that, but I think most of them are. They just would support Israel, but they would not support it over America. That's just my
yeah.
view.
For me, they need to take a step back from Israel. They need to take a step back. I'm not. It's just too much. It's too much. Why do I need to stand with Israel? So I don't want to get too much into that on this
Yeah,
one, but
yeah,
I don't need to hear that. I don't this completely unnecessary. If Israel is like an air base with RFK talked about this recently. I think it was recently, and he was absolutely being honest. But this is not the position that Joe Biden and the officials are saying. But basically, RFK was like, Israel is basically like an air base, a airport in the Middle East for us to be there to watch over the oil
yeah.
and for resources. Okay, if you want to make that case, make that case, but that's not an Israel. I stand with Israel case. You know what I mean? So be honest about what it is.
Well,
It's I
well,
don't want the BRICS to have
well,
control of the oil.
well. This is a take I have.
Mhm.
When I say I stand with Israel, I do not stand with their government once for one bit. I can't
Yeah, yeah.
stand their government. I stand with the people in the land. But
Mhm.
this is a take I think, and I think we should do. You know how we go whenever we defeat throughout history, whenever we defeat a country, we go in and throw that government out and just implant our own government in there. Why don't we just do that with Israel? Why don't we just send our troops in there, throw their government out, and set our own government in there? Because
Yeah.
because a lot their government they own a lot of our politicians. That's yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, I don't think that would work, but I understand your sentiment though, and that's why I said their position is not your position. They
Well,
don't say that. They don't say that I'm not with the Israeli government. Matt Gates isn't saying that. Marjorie Taylor Greene isn't saying that. So that's where I'm at with them. But let me bring it back to the debate real
yeah.
quick because we didn't even really fully flesh out my thoughts on Vivek
Yeah.
and what he did. I was shocked. I did not expect the heat that he came with. I It started out with me saying that was the best intro to a debate I've ever seen. Then I said that was one of the best debate performances that I've ever seen. Then
Mm-hmm.
I said, and I watch a lot of presidential debates.
Mm-hmm.
That was the best debate performance ever. I don't even think it's close.
Hmm. I'll have to think more about that because
Reagan
I maybe not Reagan. So, but
Reagan had some great moments, but nobody had a performance like that, like
yeah.
where he was just
Uh,
slinging the swords, man.
well, here's something that I think. This is my opinion, and I've said this before. Trump, he has charisma that is once in a generation, and that is why people gravitate toward him. Now,
Mm.
and he cannot simply be replicated. But you can have a taste of that kind of charisma in other people, but just not as nearly as just not as much. I think Vivek proved that point. You can have some of that charisma that Trump has, but just not as much as him. But you can really have charisma.
Hmm. Yeah, what's up? Might be wrong, everybody in the chat, but yeah. So let me respond to that, Ray, by saying I think Vivek made it impossible for Donald Trump to skip the next debate. Impossible. It's impossible. The next debate now is I'm already going to set the day off for work. It's Wednesday, December 6th, and I will be streaming live. Whether for copyright reasons, maybe I won't be able to show the video or whatever. It is must watch now. Will he be able to do the same thing? I don't know. But it's must watch now. And there's nothing Donald Trump can do that is bigger than the next debate simply because of Vivek.
Well, here's the thing: everyone on that stage should, except Trump and Vivek, should be out of there. They're the only one. Trump and Vivek should be the only ones up on that stage.
I'll disagree a little bit. I think Nikki Haley,
Nah,
even
no.
even though yeah, but here I will still say it. Even though obviously I don't think there's anything. Maybe there are some stuff, but no major issue that her and I agree with, like war. Obviously, she is one of the biggest warmongers. John
Or
McCain is proud, man.
Tim Scott saying he would bomb Iran. So
Yeah, and then Chris Christie saying, bringing in the nuclear subs to.
this
I'm
is
like,
it's a South Park episode on that stage. So
yeah, it was a South Park. It was definitely everybody was trying to out warmonger each other. Even DeSantis got into it with Iran. DeSantis he got into it too. So, but I still say, even though forget about whether you agree with Nikki Haley or not, she's the only other person that has a presence on that stage that's worth it. You can't have Vivek on the stage without a counter. Trump and Vivek aren't really counters to each other, so it'd be kind of awkward. You
yeah,
got
yeah, but Nikki Haley isn't that kind of person that would bring that. I'm like even though she's the opposite, she would not. She to me, I don't understand. She doesn't bring that kind of presence. You would have who would be the kind of person? How about
Jon Stewart. It would be a Jon Stewart type, but I still think she does have that presence. I think she has a. When I was watching the debate, there was only I was checking. Obviously, I was waiting for Vivek to get his next turn, and then I wanted to hear what Nikki Haley said in counter. So if that debate would have been fire if it was just Vivek
or
and Nikki
or
Haley.
or Kennedy, John Kennedy is Senator Kennedy. What's his first name? Is his first name
Yeah,
John?
yeah, yeah.
He'd be an opposite that I would actually be interested in listening to.
Yeah,
With
he's a
against
funny
Vivek.
dude. Yeah, he's a fire dude. He's funny.
I would say he's better than Haley in my opinion. So yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to tell when you get on the stage like that. I haven't seen him on like a stage with so things change when you're on a stage like that. But I hear what you're saying. Yeah, he would be better than Haley, I think. But I don't know if he would really go at Vivek. Vivek and Haley really have fundamental disagreements. You can't be great. See, that's another reason why I'm mad Trump didn't go. Trump's best moment, I clipped it up, was the CNN town hall. I don't think he's had a better moment than that since he ran. The CNN town hall. Why was it a great moment? Because you had I always forget her, Caitlyn, whatever her name is.
Well, the town hall and his mugshot.
Yeah, but see, both of those moments was him getting challenged. Both of those moments was in the face of he was on the CNN town hall in the face on their enemy kind of channel territory getting challenged, and that's when the best Donald Trump came out. And you got to be on MSNBC. You got to be on that stage to get Chris Christie to make the real lion of Donald Trump come out. And he's too old. He's not in the fire. I'm not against him. I understand he's getting unconstitutionally prosecuted and persecuted, but you got to know when to pass the torch.
But here's what I want to see. Particularly on a debate stage with Trump and Vivek. Here's the question I want to see brought up, but then again, maybe this question would just damage us even more. I want to see how they would respond to each other on abortion. I want to see how they would.
Wait, who on abortion?
Trump and Vivek.
I don't even remember. What's Vivek's take on abortion?
I know he's pro-life. I know that.
I don't even remember. Let's since you brought up abortion, let's talk about that going to the election. We were chatting. You had some great comments in the chat 2 nights ago. What's your take on the role that abortion played? The GOP got, it's weird because I don't care about the GOP, but the populists have to go through the GOP. So it's a weird thing to explain because people think I'm a Republican sometimes. I'm like, wait, hold up. I'm not a Republican, but that's the lane people are going through.
I get accused of being a Republican, and I'm sure not.
Yeah, Vivek's not a Republican. So what's happened is you've got only two ways to get to the through politics is Democrat, Republican. Those are the only realistic ways. So you have to pretend to be a Republican to get through it. But what do you think about the GOP got slaughtered? They got
Well,
again. What's going on with is it
but
abortion or what or not?
abortion may have played a role. Actually, it did, but I don't think it was as big as some people made it out to be. I think it was just people who were just going to go out and vote no matter what, whether abortion was brought up or not. That was going to happen. That's what I think the midterms were about. I don't think abortion played. I mean, it played a role. It might have changed some things, but I don't think it played nearly as big as we thought it did. I think it was just people who were just going to go out and vote Democrat no matter what.
Yep, blue no matter who. I don't know. I have to look at the numbers and all that. Just from the vibe, the feel that I get, I really do
Yeah.
feel like the abortion issue is a problem for the GOP. I just really do because
Because I was actually thinking about this today, and I want to know what your opinion on this is. Like Trump, he's barely speaking about abortion, and whenever it's brought up, he just tries to scoot past it as fast as he can. Because during 2016, he was pro life, but he barely spoke about it. Barely spoke about it. And he's barely speaking about it right now. And whenever he does, he just gets by it as quickly as he can. And and Youngkin was actually pushing abortion all over Virginia. So it could pushing abortion hurt us? I think it probably could. I think it probably can. But this is a theory that I thought of. Look what DeSantis, look what well, actually my mistake. Look what Florida did, look what Georgia did, and look what West Virginia did. They outlawed abortion, but here's the thing they didn't do. They never went and pushed it. They never promoted it. They just did it and didn't speak about it. So you think like me, I don't want to. I can't give up on abortion because because of my personal opinions. I can't. But what if we just go out there, do it, but also just don't. Once we do it, just don't talk about it because people care about what things are going to be happening. They don't really care about things that happened in the past that much. Like with Ohio, even the Republicans were pushing abortion in Ohio. They were pushing against this bill to protect anti-abortion stuff, and that could have drove out all these radical pro-choicers, whatever you want to call them. So I would suggest this: do what West Virginia, Florida, and Georgia did. Ban it, but don't speak about it. Just do it and get out of the way as quickly as you can, because people will eventually forget about it. Because if you saw all the ads for the Ohio thing, it was talking about Republicans wanting to outlaw abortion permanently. They already did, but they were trying to. The Republicans were trying to actually try to keep it in place and vocally speaking out against that, which I think that may have hurt it. That it probably did. So that's my take on it.
yeah, I think that's a good take. I think that's a really good take to try that strategy. If you're in the pro-life camp, if that's the right term, we got all these terms. I
Yep.
always have to think of is that the right term that people want to be called?
Yeah. Because
But yeah,
and speaking of West Virginia, did you hear Joe Manchin is not running next year?
I was surprised by that. I didn't. Is he going to run for president? Look, tell me. Maybe I just was out of the loop. I did not expect that.
There's rumors, but I don't know for a fact. And people are saying that it's an automatic GOP seat. I don't buy into that.
Neither do I.
I don't buy that it's an automatic one.
Absolutely not.
Even West Virginia, which is probably the second most red state in the country, I still don't buy it. Like if it was the only reason, I think I would. Here's the deal. I would put $5 on it that it would be a Republican who gets it in 2024, but I would not bet $10 because
Mhm.
what I think will happen is it'll become red, but the only reason it will be most likely is because Trump is going to drag whoever the candidate is across the finish line. That's all I think is going to happen because they in West Virginia love him, love Trump, and I think he can find a way to just at least drag them across the finish line, whoever it is, pretty much.
Yep. And for me, I don't. It's Senate. I don't really care if it's a Republican, if it's not a MAGA. And when you talk about the Senate, you're not really getting any MAGA unless the closest would be Kerry Lake trying to get in there.
Oh.
But you got JD Vance, but
You got
but
Rand Paul, but he's his own little thing.
yeah, but he's not MAGA, but he's different. He's a corporate dude, but more libertarian corporate.
You got Josh Hawley, who, in my opinion, is unofficial MAGA.
Yeah, I wouldn't call him, but he's better. He's better than a lot of the other ones. But Nate's memes, this is funny. This comment from Nate's memes, great friend of the show. What's up? He says when Vivek called out Kristen Welker, she didn't know whether to get mad or moist, and he's laughing. You know what? I was thinking the exact same thing. Nate's memes, and I didn't know if I wanted to say it or not, but I was thinking the exact same thing because she had that smile on her face. So after he called her out, if you don't know, Vivek called out. She's now a host of Meet the Press. She's actually one of the more reasonable people on MSNBC. That's why they had her on the debate, even though she's still wackadoo. But he called her out for pushing Russiagate
Hmm.
to her face. And he knows that she knows that everybody knows that Hillary Clinton was behind that. I mean, trying
And
to
she was
set up the president.
smiling. And she was smiling.
And Kristen Welker was smiling. And why? And you look at it, and she played it off very well. She was smiling because deep down, she really respected what Vivek did. I guarantee it to you. From what I know of her, I've watched her in media for quite some time. The reason why she was smiling when she got called out was because she respected what Vivek did. She knew what Vivek was doing. She actually liked it. I think she actually liked it, and that's why Nate's meme says she got moist because it was an alpha move, and she agreed with it. I guarantee you, she got a little moist. I agree with that take, base
Yeah.
take.
Yeah. Because she knew he was right.
Mm-hmm. And then
So,
he had the courage to do it too, right then and there.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. So, yeah. But yeah. But yeah. But yeah, like I said, but if this was a midterm, but getting back to West Virginia,
Mm-hmm.
if this was a midterms, I wouldn't bet any money on a Republican taking it. But because it's a presidential year election, I think Trump can drag whoever it is across the finish line because West Virginia loves Trump. So
Yeah, he probably could. Yeah, we have to see what's going to happen with Trump, with the trials and all that. I thought that I'm hearing people think that he might get convicted in some of these before the election. I didn't think that was even possible because he could
uh,
just drag it on. So I don't know. Will Chamberlain, but he's biased. He's with DeSantis, but he's a lawyer. I don't know if you remember him. He's a lawyer that he's been on Timcast quite a bit back in the
yeah,
day. He hasn't been on recently.
probably intentionally because
Mm-hmm.
remember Tim at one point said a lot of DeSantis, some like supporters or people part of his campaign are not allowed on Tim's show.
Yep. Well, but Will got fired. So, and then Tim talked about Will recently. So maybe that it's possible again, but I don't know.
Mm,
Uh, yeah, I know. Because he's still Will is still pro DeSantis, even though he got fired. That's crazy because he's one of the better surrogates for Ron DeSantis. Like, who is he firing? Who's making the decisions over there? Will Chamberlain's the last person I would have fired from the Ron DeSantis camp, even though I disagree with him completely on a lot of stuff.
yeah. I'm surprised he still has not hired Ann Coulter for any of his campaign yet. I'm
I
surprised
agree with
though.
that too. I don't know if maybe he is. We don't know, but you would want. Ann Coulter has the spice, the fire that DeSantis needs, and she's big
Mhm.
in his camp right now.
Like
Uh,
she still thinks Trump is not going to be the nominee. She still thinks DeSantis will be.
I don't know if they really believe that.
Bec-
Unless they know something we don't know, that doesn't make any sense. We'll see what happens. I
Hey,
don't see
for,
it.
for all we know, like I said, polls mean absolutely nothing. But I'm sorry, Iowa and like a lot of these areas, they love Trump more than they love DeSantis. I'll say this: DeSantis is almost as popular as Trump is in some parts of Florida. But don't ask them to choose because he is gone the second they have to choose between Trump and DeSantis.
And I think the deadline is coming up soon, 30 days or something. If Ron DeSantis doesn't pull out of Florida, he'll be on the ballot with Trump, and that would be embarrassing. Even if Ron DeSantis, closes down his campaign before the Florida primary and Donald Trump beats him by 50 or something like that, I think that's it, man. You
Yeah.
can't recover from that.
Uh,
I
if
mean,
that
politically, I'm talking about
well,
long term.
do you think even regardless whether or not he's done now because the heel stuff has destroyed his political career?
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, I don't see how DeSantis can come back from this. He doesn't have the personality to.
Yeah.
He doesn't have the personality to come back. He doesn't have the takes to come back. He doesn't have the takes to grab, kind of create a movement. There's no movement. There's no DeSantis movement.
Look what Taco just commented. Look at what he just said.
She looked more turned on than Ilhan Omar with her brother. It's true, man. She did. She did. I thought it was just me. I wasn't even going to bring it up on the live at first. I thought it was just me. No, I seriously thought it was just me with my mind kind of in the gutter. But now I'm seeing a couple of people saying it. I thought the same thing.
You know what? Maybe she wants to date Vivek.
Who knows? I don't know if she's married or not. Nate's meme says, "I'll give it to Vivek. He showed that he has some big cojones." Yeah, he went
Yeah.
straight at them, to their face. The RNC,
Yeah.
MSNBC. I watched Morning Joe today, and they played the opening from every single person on the stage except for Vivek. And then Willie Geist, someone who I used to have a lot of respect for. I used to watch his father on CBS Morning, and Willie Geist has turned into a embarrassment. Willie Geist says, "We didn't play." I don't even know if they said Vivek's name. I think they said something to the effect of, "We didn't play the other guy because he didn't answer the question, and he attacked the anchor."
Yeah. Interesting.
That is withholding information from people.
I don't watch Morning Joe that much, so
Yeah. And here's what I'll say, because the question was, it was something to the effect of, how do you beat Donald Trump if he's ahead in the polls? It's basically the question. How do you out Trump, or how do you beat Donald Trump?
So the way you beat him is that you make sure the voting machines flip votes. So
That's how the Democrats, but Vivek actually answered the question with his actions. He's like, "How do I beat Trump? I come up here and I'm Trump of 2016, but I'm not talking about hand size. I'm talking about substance. And I got jokes."
yeah,
Man, do you know how hard? You do know, Ray, because we get behind the mic. I mean, we're not on the stage. That makes it even harder. I don't know if people appreciate how hard it is to do what Vivek did. All that work. Nobody is working harder to make their case to be president than Vivek. Is that fair to say?
right now, well, the one you could compare to it was was during the 2016 campaign where Trump was going after the Bush family.
Yeah, no, but this is but let's look at this primary season right now.
Yeah.
Is there any candidate working harder than Vivek?
If you would, it depends on how you define candidacy. Would you consider like Trump's trial stuff to be part of it, because they're intentionally trying to destroy him? And
That's a good point. Yeah,
you can make an argument that it is part of the campaign.
yeah. That's a great point. And again, I don't want it to come across as, because really, I was like, who cares who's president when you're arresting Trump 4 times? We're falling apart. But I mean, it's still happening, so we have to talk about it. So you're right. You can do that. That's part of Trump's work. But I mean, I'm gonna take that out of it.
Okay, if you want to
Take that out.
take that out. Okay.
Because here's my basic question: is there anyone else working harder at making their case to be president to be the Republican candidate for president in 2024? However you want, maybe if you want to put the court stuff in there, I don't think that makes the case for Trump. I don't think he's making a case through that. But you tell me, is there anybody working harder than Vivek Ramaswamy right now?
If you take the Trump trial stuff out, then yeah, I could say Vivek. But if you add the trial stuff back in, I will say Trump.
Do you think the trial stuff with Trump is making his case to be president for 2024?
Yes.
Okay, so that's where I disagree. I don't think it's making the case. So I'm personally taking that out, and because what work is he really doing with that? He's doing work with the New York stuff because he's actually showing up, but I don't think there's anybody working harder. Vivek is everywhere. He's doing I saw Patrick Bet David has a podcast with him tomorrow. He was on Luke's show today. He's
Wait,
been
wait.
on Timcast like 3 times.
Who's going on Patrick Beck David's show?
I saw it tomorrow.
Who is?
Vivek, he's everywhere.
Vivek is?
Yep.
Wow.
I saw it before I went live, and I brought up the YouTube, and they had Patrick Bet David on the homepage curated for me.
Hmm.
And let me just bring it up and make sure I saw what I saw. Yeah, it's right here.
Yeah.
Well, that was 3 months ago. He's coming on again,
Yeah. Okay.
bruh. There's nobody working harder than this dude right here, man. And it's not just like podcasts like Luke Rakowski, We Are Change, and Timcast. He's on MSNBC arguing with Mehdi Hassan.
He went on Colin Noir's YouTube channel.
Yeah, he went on Colin Noir. He's everywhere. Here it is right here. Episode 326. Tomorrow. Scheduled for tomorrow.
Well,
He's
I'm gonna watch
everywhere, man. Like, that's a lot of work he's putting in.
Wow.
And all that work he puts in, I think, led to that moment on the stage. Because the first couple debates, he was good. I think he won both of them. But this is when he got into his prime.
Yeah. So I want to ask everyone in the chat, who would you prefer seeing to debate Kamala Harris? Would you prefer Vivek or would you prefer Christine Noem? I want to get what all you guys think in the live chat.
Specifically, and this is a great question, specifically debating Kamala Harris.
I want to know. Vivek or Christine Noem?
Yeah. Now, I don't know how much, let's say they do debate. I don't know how much that changes any. Those debates don't really change much anyway anymore. But it's still a good question to ask.
But Pence had remember in the 2020 cycle, Pence debated Kamala, and he made some good points, but he didn't jump on her like he probably should have.
That was actually a decent debate. Kamala actually did better than I thought.
But the fly landing
that was the fly debate. Yeah,
I'm sorry.
I don't. But it was funny. But I mean, that's not. Pence didn't really make many mistakes in that debate. He's very kind of tight and buttoned up to his talking points. He was actually much better back then. He turned more he's always been establishment, but he was more Trump friendly, obviously, when he was Trump's VP. Tony, thanks for stopping by. Tony says, and it looks like Tony's avatar is a woman, which is, get the different perspective, says Vivek. My concern would be Vivek he would have to adjust so he wouldn't look like he's doing like a debate beatdown on a poor woman, like a struggling woman.
Yeah, but but during an election cycle, who, in your opinion, would you prefer trying to get for votes? The younger people or the suburban women?
That'd be a Rich Bears question, expert in the polling and election. But off the top of my head, I think you would want to get the suburban women. You want to get suburban women
because I'm not sure if Vivek. I'm not sure if Vivek would help with suburban women.
No, I don't think he does. I don't think he does.
But neither of them would help with single women. I don't think. But
single women are gone though, are they? Trump doesn't have any chance with them, does he?
No.
I mean, I don't not a diss to single women, but I'm just saying politically.
Yeah, because they want to continue getting their free benefits, their incentives to stay single. So
yeah, I don't. Yeah, and the single women market. I don't think that's going populist because they're more government, whether not just welfare, just like in general. It's like government stop racism, government stop this and that. So I don't know if Trump is appealing because what that means is anything the government tells them, they kind of believe. So
yeah. Because Vivek is more conservative and Christine Noem is more libertarian.
Oh wait, Tony has some. Okay. Listen, Tony, why? Can you provide some more information? Tony says can't support Noem.
Is it the trans stuff that happened where she refused to ban it? Is that what it is?
But didn't she in the end, or did she veto the bill? Is it that what happened there? I forgot what happened with that.
But I think South Carolina, I'm saying South Dakota eventually passed something like
that. Yeah, I think they eventually did.
But I don't know. Maybe they overruled her. I don't recall that.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't. If anyone can correct me on that, I would like to know because I don't know for a fact.
Yeah. So let's see if Tony can respond, and we have a little delay here on what Just you don't have to go that detailed. Just curious what might be rubbing you off. I'm not a Christy Nome expert. I don't
Women's
follow her that closely.
women's intuitions.
Intuition. Okay. No, the
Intuition.
intuition. Yeah, yeah.
I would
Okay.
say.
Well, I respect that. I really do respect. I tell my wife, you know, she has hunches basically, like and stuff. I say that's part of your strength. You trust your intuition. Um,
But women are way too emotional, though. So
yeah,
that's
you
the
have to
issue.
balance. You have to balance it. Yeah, it's a balancing act. I don't- when I talk with my wife, I tell her never discredit. This is your natural gift from God. This intuition. Don't discredit it, but like you're saying, don't let it rule you. Don't let your emotions rule you.
Mm.
But I respect that, Tony. Thank you.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, yeah. Nate's meme says Vivek would humiliate Kamala in a debate. She is a smooth brain. When she doesn't know how to respond, she just laughs. Yeah, that's what she does. That's her tick.
Yeah.
Her tick is to laugh.
But yeah. Me, I still have to think more about it if I would prefer Vivek or Christine Nome.
Mhm.
And the main reasons I chose them were not just because I like them both, but it's also because those are probably the most like believable candidates that you could see Trump actually picking. Like there's some wild, crazy theories out there of who Trump would pick, and like I'm like most of them are like there's no way Trump would even pick any of those people.
What do you think about General Flynn?
General Flynn, no,
Yeah.
no, that's not realistic.
Uh, I would like it myself. I wouldn't be against it. I like him. You might think I'm crazy for this one, but you might guess who I'm going. My pillow,
Uh,
Mike
no,
Lindell. Why not?
no.
Oh,
No,
I love Mike Lindell. I love
I
Mike
like
Lindell. I love
I do
Mike Lindell.
I do
Patriot.
too. I do too, but no, like there's no way. There's no way that Trump would pick
That'd
him.
be wild, wouldn't it? That would be wild.
Like or like um this one, even though will never happen in a million years, and I don't think it can even legally happen either. But how about something wild? Alex Jones.
Oh no, yeah, that's not gonna.
Legally,
That
legally that can't even happen though,
why is that?
because he's labeled as an international terrorist.
Oh, really? Is Alex Jones labeled as an international terrorist? What?
Yep. Remember, that's how they shut down like all but one of his bank accounts.
Wow,
So because
that's
like
crazy.
some law firm out of Boston labeled him as an international terrorist.
Wow, I didn't even know that.
Yep. Yeah, I even thought about this as something hilarious. If
Mhm.
like Alex Jones ran for president and I would be his VP. Because you said I'm like a young version of him.
I think
So
you got your own style. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, Tony says Flynn is awful. So maybe I'm missing something there. I don't follow him that closely. So, but I do like Mike Lindell. I follow Mike Lindell pretty closely. He's been on point with a lot of stuff, man. I like Mike Lindell a lot.
like I would say we would have Stephen as our Secretary of War, well Secretary of Defense, I should say. So we would have Carlos as our Attorney General. Um, we would have Sal as our press secretary, and I don't know where we would have you at actually, Osiris. I'll have to think more about that.
I'd be a staffer. I'm perfectly fine behind the scenes. I'll be a staffer. They did an update to ChatGPT and it's sick. So
Why?
I'll be a staffer and I'll take my notes and have everything in ChatGPT and I'll look it up and help support the whole team.
In our administration. So
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, where would Adam fit into in the administration? Yeah.
I think
Uh,
he could be press secretary.
I
Like
would have
the
Sal.
message
I would have
communications.
I would have Sal be the White House press secretary. So yeah,
Oh, you already had Sal do, yeah. Um, yeah, I'm not sure.
yeah. Boring. Hike. No RFK. No RFK.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm out on RFK myself.
Yeah. I was actually watching a documentary on JFK. Like it was a documentary. Like it was a 3 episode thing on Disney Plus where they were
Mm.
talking about his assassination, like the day of it and the days following it. So,
Mm.
and it's pretty clearly they have some biases where they're trying to claim that Lee Harvey Oswald was the actual and sole shooter,
Mm.
and Jack Ruby killed him only because he liked Kennedy. So I'm sorry. The fact that they went there, no. I think I like the other stuff around it, but that stuff that how they did that, nah, man.
Yeah. What do you think about this comment from Tony? So Tony's saying, going through a wrench out there, I am getting vibes there might not be a 2024 election. What do you think about that?
Roseanne talked about that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Who knows? Like with how Zelensky just declared that there's not going to be any elections in Ukraine. What's to stop Biden from just saying, "Hey, national emergency, we can't have an election, so we're canceling it." What's
Yeah.
to stop Biden from doing that?
I think anything's on the table, especially if it looks like Trump's going to win. Yeah, 2024 is going to be wild. I think that's definitely on the table. That there, anything's on the table for them to stop it. I was saying that it could. I don't think it would be stopped. I think they would delay it because they need about 6 months. I think to
Well,
get after the election, they need a buffer where the election would have been. They need a buffer to be able to convict Trump.
because also technically something that could happen. States can just move the day of the election to when they want to. So
Yeah, there's different. Yep, they can. Well, you have the dead. There's certain deadlines, but like January 6th is the deadline, right? So
yeah,
you've got, but they can be moved. I was looking that up to do a segment on it. I never did the segment, but I was looking into it. There's different ways for it to be moved. They could have moved it. They were trying to move it. Remember, Cruz was trying to move it back. A couple, even Tim Scott was. They were trying to move it back, verifying the electors. Now they actually
oh
passed the
yeah.
law. They passed the bill changing that a little bit. So I have to look that
Well,
up again, though.
wait? Are you talking about like So what the Republicans were? Some of them were trying to do on January 6th. Well,
Mm.
what they slightly changed it, but not entirely. Like what they changed was the vice president can't just overrule the electors himself, even though he could have before that he could have done that himself if he wanted to. And also another thing they changed, because it used to be you just need one senator and one member of the House to agree to it. You have to get 20% of both the House and the Senate to agree to it. So
Yeah, I'm not. I'm actually not against those changes.
I am.
You know,
Because remember, like I told you, I'm a huge JFK fan. I'm a huge one. But we know what happened with the 1960 election. We're well aware of that.
yeah, they went with the alternate group, and now in 2020, the Michigan 16 are getting, they have charges against them in Michigan for being alternate electors. All they were doing was saying, just in case something changes, we're here. That's all they were doing. They weren't
Because
overturning anything or anything like that. And that's exactly what happened in 1960. And then they actually did go with the alternate electors. The judge actually said, I don't know what we would have done if you all didn't act as alternate electors
yeah,
in
because
1960.
because Trump, he was not asking Pence to just reject the electors, even though Pence could have done that if he wanted to. But what Trump was asking him to do was to just send them back to the state so they can review them.
Yeah. And I don't think that makes sense though. There's a conflict of interest there. I mean, yeah, I think you're right. I mean, when you researched the law, well, I forget, is it the elector? I forgot the name of the law.
Electoral College Act.
The Electoral College Act. When you researched it, I was surprised at how much power it seemed to give the vice president there.
Well, not just the Electoral College Act, but the Constitution itself. It literally even says it that the vice president has the authority to reject and to count and disqualify electoral votes. If you don't believe me, look it up. The Constitution
Mm.
literally says that.
Yeah, and like Donald Trump said on CNN, he was like, if you couldn't do it, why'd you need to strengthen the law? It was definitely a debate at the very least.
I'm
Uh,
I'm so if you were in Trump's shoes, how would you have handled things differently on that day?
on
Look,
January 6th?
in the days leading up to it, would you have still tried to convince Pence to send them the electors back to the
No,
states?
no, that's not for me. I don't. even though I think he would have had the power to, I don't think you should. I don't. It doesn't make sense. You have the sitting vice president has a conflict of interest. He's trying to stay in power, and
Well,
that's not for me. I would not.
well,
Not,
well,
I'm
Al,
not against Trump, obviously, but that part
well,
I'm not. But
well,
Trump is right, though. You could debate it. You can take that to court.
yeah, because also Al Gore had a chance to in 2000. Remember,
Mhm.
but he just let it go by. And even though he had a chance to just actually take the presidency,
Yeah,
he
but
literally, but he still counted the electoral votes. So
yeah, I think Trump did everything he could leading up to January. I mean, what I think he
but
did everything, and even the rally on January 6th.
yeah,
It was peaceful. It was actually looking at videos from people who were there, man, some great videos. He had the
um,
speech. He just wanted to put political pressure on the politicians peacefully. That's why they had to rig it and set it up on January 6th to turn
yeah,
violent. They rigged that. They set that up.
yeah. This law that they passed, it just strengthened it. But the Constitution is still there. The vice president still has the authority to reject and to count and disqualify electoral votes. You
Hmm.
can look this up.
Hmm.
Is it
Yeah,
I
I believe
forget
you. I believe you.
which
Yeah.
amendment is. Guys in the live chat, if you can let me know which amendment it is. It's one of those two. I forgot which one it was. Um, which one was it? Was it the 20th? No, it was not the 20th. I forgot which amendment it was. Um,
But this is where I did. I'll play this. This is the video I did on it from the town hall. Let me see. Yeah, I think this is 2 minutes. Why is this 2 minutes? Oh, okay. Let me play this since we're talking about it real quick.
yeah.
I'll play this video real quick. If you haven't seen it, this is when I did it. This was Trump's best moment, I think, since he announced when he went up
Mhm.
against Caitlin Johnson, whatever her name is.
Constitution is still there. The vice president
Yeah, he's
still has
right.
the ability to do it.
Well, here's what I'll say. It was definitely something. I mean, I think that's part of why they set January 6th up. They were
Yeah.
worried about that because it was either there's people arguing both sides of it. That is worth if Mike Pence had done it, they would have had to go to the courts to settle it. I think they were worried about what would happen if they went to the courts to settle that.
Yeah.
Because when you look at the law, it looked like he could do it.
Yeah. Let me look it up. I'm so curious right now. Um, I'm looking up. I need to
But
find it real
even though, so you can go look that up. But you understand where my take is, because people will come at me kind of like they come at Tim Pool for waffling. I'm trying not to waffle here. I don't think it should be set up like that because that doesn't make any sense. Because then you would just have the vice president always play games if they wanted to. But if you read the law, it looks like you could. So Donald Trump was absolutely right to he could test that. It was all legal. That's not overturning an election. That's
Yep.
complete nonsense. You found it?
The 20th amendment.
Okay.
Right here. Yeah. Let me find it right here. Article 2, section 1.
While you're doing
Uh,
that, uh, Nate's meme says the president could have sent the votes back, rejected certification of the election, and called for the election to be redone. I have to review it. I haven't looked at it. During that time, I was deep looking into the laws and all that stuff. I'm like, damn, I never in my life thought I was looking into the electoral count act or whatever.
Let me see.
Better to ask for forgiveness than permission. Yep. And it was legal. There's nothing illegal about what Donald Trump did or wanted Mike Pence to do. There's nothing illegal about Donald Trump telling Mike Pence to do it.
Right here. A quorum for this purpose shall consist of a member or members from 2/3 of the states, and the majority of all states shall be necessary to a choice. So it says that you can. It says you can. So whether you agree with that or not, it says that you can.
Yeah, that was very vaguely written. So you could challenge that. I think they were very scared of that. That's why they set up. It's very smart. The CIA or whoever allegedly set up J6.
Yep.
The violence, because remember, after the whole violence and
Mm.
rest in peace, Ashley Babbitt and all that, they came back, and
Like,
I think only a
and
couple people continued to challenge.
yeah, and well, most of them took their objections away after
Yep.
the Capitol got people went inside the Capitol.
Yep.
Yeah, but also Trump's impeachment was the whole point of impeaching Trump right there was to keep him under control as he was leaving office.
Absolutely.
The reason is because the establishment from both the Republicans and the Democrats were scared that Trump was going to declassify stuff on his way out to just give a last middle finger, like him releasing the fully unredacted JFK papers, or even better, pardoning Assange and Snowden. They did not want that because there were people on both sides that told Trump, well, mostly Republicans, like people like Mitch McConnell, Marco Rubio, and among others, that were saying, if you do this, Trump, we were going to vote to convict you, and then you will never be able to run for president again. So, can you imagine, like, if this impeachment didn't happen, what do you think Trump would have done on his way out? Do you think he would have, like, given one last middle finger to all of them?
No, I don't think Trump. He said I'll lock her up, and then right after he won, he changed his mind. But everything you just said there, I agree. They don't. Who knows? I could be wrong. They wanted to make sure because you looked at it, and I was like, why are they trying to impeach him? And he's already done. That's part of the reason, at least, why they wanted to do that. For sure.
Yep. Mainly because not only the JFK papers or some other documents, but because they were afraid he was going to pardon both Assange and Snowden.
Now think about what you just said there, which I fully agree with. Now think about that now that he can run again and they've arrested him 4 times. What would they do? That goes to what Tony said. Tony's like, that's probably why Tony's like, I'm not feeling like there's going to be an election. Because it's almost like they might have, if Joe Biden is the nominee, they'll have to do so much vote rigging that you might as well just say there's no election. You know what I mean? Like there wouldn't be much difference.
Well, like the Dilly Meme Team song, I ain't saying she a vote rigger, but Fatty only make my lead bigger. I'm curious, who is the one that came up with that rhyme of them? I really want to know which one of them was, which one of them it was.
So after this whole thing dies down, I want to get hopefully C3P meme on, and I've never talked to Ramble Ranch. That would be cool to have both of them on and tell some of those inside stories. Oh man, that'd be good. If they're willing to do it, man. But that's the story of the Dilly Mean Team is incredible. Did you see Tucker came out with the video? I didn't watch it, but Douglas Mackey, the guy who got time for the meme, and got what 6 or 7 months for a meme.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So Tony,
but yeah, I want to know which one of them made that. Who came up with that of the Dilly Meme Team?
Yeah, I know. I saw them. They actually put a little bit of the chat in there, like how they came up with it. They were working on it in a chat room. I forgot what it said, but Ramble Ranch shared a little bit of it, which was kind of cool to see. My husband brought this up to me the other day. This is Tony. What do you think he means? In November, we'll have the biggest event in the history of our country, and we're going to save our country. I've not heard that. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't, that kind of stuff, I don't really. Like if we're going to save the country, we might need to start acting now. I don't think we need to wait till November.
Yeah. But also one of my other favorite lines in that song they made, and it resonates with what could happen. What they said, what the line that besides the main line, I ain't saying she had a vote rigger, was this one. When we get revenge, we gonna kick some ass.
I don't remember that line. Where's that?
Yeah, in the song.
Okay.
Remember, we should. Hey, since we're about done, we should end on that. We should end on that song.
Yeah, let's.
It's on YouTube on CP3 Memes channel.
Oh yeah. We'll play that to be on the outro with. Let me see here.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that was for Trump.
Yeah, I ain't saying she a vote rigger.
So yeah, anybody in the chat, let us know if there's any other. I mean, we just generally talked about the debate. Any other comments on the election, Ray?
I still have the same opinion. I think abortion may have played a role in some parts. Some
Mhm.
of it probably did. But I think that generally most people were just going to go out there and vote Democrat no matter what.
Yeah. What do you think about the money? With
It,
Ron DeSantis in the race, it's divided the money for the GOP.
mm-hmm.
And I
Yeah.
just, it feels like the money has been sucked into like the Democrats aren't having that at that level. All their rich people are involved with the PACs and the dark money. And I think, and if you look at the money that Democrats outspent on the
Yeah.
ads and everything. So,
Like remember Masters in Arizona? He only had like $9 million, and what the Democrat had like what a couple was it like 80 million or something like
oh
that?
yeah, it was
I
like,
don't,
I think it was like 80 million to 16 or something like that. Yeah. They just
it,
got
no
destroyed.
no Masters only had 9
Oh, was it
million.
9? He got destroyed. Yeah. I did a live on, well, we did a video. We talked about it on the live too. Yeah.
And has it been a year since the midterms yet?
Yeah, you're right.
Because
It's been a year yeah, it has been,
yeah.
hasn't it? Wow.
Also, why,
Feels
why?
like yesterday.
Also, I'm curious. Why did you take the video off YouTube?
Which video? Midterms?
Yeah, the midterms video is not on your YouTube channel anymore.
What?
It's not. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. It's
The
not.
red wave one?
No, it's not. The eating crow video still is there, but the like 4 hour video we did with me, you, and Pegasus isn't there anymore.
I think I have it here. Let me see.
It's not
It,
there.
let me share my screen here. Is it this one with this thumbnail?
Is that it? No, that's not it right there. I don't think it is. Like,
Let me
is
see
that?
real quick.
I don't think that is the one. How long is the video right there?
3 hours?
I'm not
Yeah, you're right.
sure
I don't see cuz that
uh,
Black Pegasus was in it.
because like that video is no longer on YouTube.
The one
It's
with
no,
Black Pegasus came through.
yeah, it's on your Facebook still, but
Wow.
it's not on your YouTube, nor is it on your Rumble.
Hmm. I have not I have not
I
deleted
thought
anything.
I thought you deleted it or something.
No,
So
no.
yeah,
No, I don't know what. I have to
but
look at that one.
but it's still on your Facebook.
Yeah, I mean those old videos don't get many views. I didn't even think about it, but
Yeah.
yeah. Let's see what Nate Memes talking about. We're gonna be out here in a second. Jordan Lott says if Vivek were smart, he'd tell Ronna McDaniel to kiss it, then run third party with the Libertarians. Oh,
But
let's talk.
no,
Whoa,
no,
let's hold.
no,
Let's
no,
whoa,
no,
whoa,
no, no, no,
whoa, whoa,
no, no, no,
whoa,
no, no, no.
whoa. Wait, don't say that. What do you mean?
It would
Oh, you
just
worried about the Trump?
it would
You
almost
worried?
like even though I still think Biden would win no matter what, it would just only solidify it even more.
See, I
Because
think me and Jordan Lott don't care. Me and
because
Jordan Lott don't care about that.
why
So
do you guys it seems like you desperately want Biden in then, because
I just
I'm like I'm still not convinced RFK is going to take more votes from Biden. I still think he's going to take plenty from Trump still.
really. I
Yes.
think he'll maybe take some
Because
from Trump. But
because remember when Vosh went on Jen and Peter's show like a
mm,
couple weeks ago,
mm.
Vosh told them all three of them actually
Yeah,
agreed that RFK will take more votes from Trump than Biden. All
I
three of
don't know
them.
if I see that, but here's the thing. I don't think I'm not going to speak for you, Jordan Lott. If you are able to comment. I don't think we care. I don't think I care. I really don't. I'm not. Trump's not going to do it for me. If Vivek would be a great liberty. He was just on with Luke Rakowski. Luke is basically a ANCAP. Is Luke a ANCAP? I think he's basically a anarcho-capitalist, and he's a libertarian, and he likes a lot what Vivek is saying. And Vivek went on with Dave Smith recently too.
Yeah. He also went on with the Young Turks.
He, he's on MSNBC, The Young Turks, Tim Pool 3 times, We Are Change, and he's doing everything, man. And when you do a lot of shows like that, there's a chance you make a mistake. A big, he's just solid. He's really, really solid.
Yeah.
I would like him with the Libertarians.
Hmm.
I would like that. I think he's good. I mean, just,
Christine Nome is more libertarian than Vivek.
wow, I didn't know. And let me not talk too much about her because I don't know that much. That's shocking for me to hear. Why do you say that?
Well, Vivek is more conservative and like he's more populist than her too, but Christine Nome, like what she, especially had the way she handled COVID, like she didn't interfere at all. She didn't order any mask mandate. She was the only one who didn't. And plus, like I know a lot of she was the remember she like backed off like that trans stuff at first, but then it probably eventually came around. But still though, that's more libertarian than what Vivek is doing.
Yeah, I mean, you could say that. I like that Vivek is at least open to talking to libertarians. I think that's a very big thing. There's not many politicians that will talk to Luke Rukowski. I mean, who does that? Not many.
Jacob Rothschild. So
Uh,
I
that's
still
true.
don't. I still don't know, man. I don't know. So I don't know.
Oh, Ray's not gonna let that one go. Ray's
I'm
not gonna let that one
I'm
go.
sorry. Whenever I see Luke, I almost think of that every time. I almost do. So
If you don't know, tell them if people don't know what you're talking about.
Luke Rudowski, like just because he did that doesn't mean I don't like him because I'm
Yeah,
still
yeah.
a fan of Luke. I still
Oh,
am.
yeah. Well, just to be clear, I am too. I don't have the same questions as Ray, but I think it's fair to question.
Doesn't
Um,
My question was, doesn't it almost seem too weird that he ran up on someone like Jacob Rothschild in the middle of the night and he had no security guards around him?
yeah,
Doesn't it
it
at
was.
least seem weird?
I agree. It was 2000, what, 8 or something like that. But
2009.
2009, yeah, it seems weird. But that times were a little bit different back then. But yeah, you're right.
I, I,
It's fair to
I'm sorry.
question. Yeah, but Luke. I mean, Luke has so much goodwill built. I don't even think about it. But it's fair. I
I,
am fine with questioning everyone and everything.
yeah, like I can't prove anything, so I'm just saying I just have questions. I
Yeah,
can't
yeah,
prove
yeah. You haven't
anything.
said anything definitive. You just, yeah. I mean, it's
Like
perfectly.
even that video we did like about a few months ago, which was freaking crazy, and people in the live chat were like attacking me over it, so it got crazy. But even I said I can't prove any of this. I just got a hunch feeling over some of this stuff.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
Real quick, did you see that Laura Loomer exposed? What do you think of Laura? Do you know Laura Loomer?
I'm a huge Lord Loomer fan.
Okay, just
Like
wanted to.
I've said this before. Like, oh, this she actually remember the Christina Pashaw thing that happened like a few days ago. Was about a week or
Yeah,
so
yeah.
ago.
Oh yeah. Hmm.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Christina said, "Well, Laura Loomer only wants to date me." Then Laura responded, "That's fine because I only want to date Trump supporters." That's what she said, and I said this: I'm a Christian man, but and I prefer to date Christians, but Laura Loomer would be probably the one of the only exceptions. For
I
real,
like her a lot. I'm not laughing because it's a bad take. I'm just laughing because it's just kind of funny to hear.
but for real
I
though,
agree. I have
for
no
real
problem
though,
with it.
I if I had the opportunity, you bet I would.
Oh, absolutely. Lord, there's something, and to me, it's not just looks. I mean, there's something to the courage and the way she has. She's a good smack talker too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm right there with you. I'm a huge fan. Here, Stephen Ignoramus is not though. Did you
Yeah,
hear? Did
I
you
know.
hear what?
I know what he said about her. He said that she's like Jigsaw from Saw. He told me that when I had him on my show. He told me that. But,
That take is so funny, man. I can't
but
lie.
yeah,
That is.
Laura has retweeted some of your posts though.
Oh, has she? I didn't
Yep.
even
Yeah.
notice that. Okay.
She's
Yeah.
retweeted some of your stuff actually.
Oh, that's good. That's probably why some of them go more than others. But she is great. Here's what happened. She highlighted Judge. How do you pronounce his name? Egron.
Engon? I don't know.
Yeah, but the judge over in New York. She exposed that this judge, his wife, ran up in her live. Did you see that?
Wait, what?
The judge's wife. So watch. Here is the video evidence that Ian Engeron, the son of the leftist, deleted his LinkedIn page after I published my expose about him and his presence in the courtroom. And then before that, she had. I like how she does these quote tweets. It makes it easy to find stuff. So Judge Edgeron has made the Trump trial a family affair and potentially has reserved seats for his son, who may be financially benefiting from the Trump trial via his position at a Democrat activist law firm. Damn, this
Oh,
is crazy.
wow.
So the son's at, I'm not be able, it's a lot to unpack, but then it all started with the wife. I hope she has it. No, she didn't
But
link it
also,
there.
but also one more thing.
Yeah.
Steven has issues with Laura, but Laura retweets bunch of the stuff from a bunch of the Groypers. So
Oh yeah. I she's cool with Nick. I mean,
they're
she's a
friends
very
actually.
yeah. The reason why I'm saying that is because if you don't know, Laura Loomer is very Israel heavy.
She's a
Uh,
Jew.
yeah, yeah. So and she's very very pro Israel, and then the Groypers are not, but she's still cool with them. See, I respect that. I have a lot of respect for that, Ray.
Yeah.
Because what it is like, okay, we can disagree on this, but we don't need to have beef just because of that. I respect that both way with Nick and with Laura.
Yeah.
And neither one of them changes their opinion.
So
That's how it should be.
yeah.
Like why is there a
Okay.
need for beef when we just disagree on this one thing?
Yeah. And also I say this. Laura Loomer is the Mike Tyson of politics.
Yeah, she's yep. Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so let's look at this. I don't have it organized, so I'm just and you know what the funniest part about this is? Guess what Judge Arthur Engeron's wife, Dawn Marie Engeron, does for a living? She's a psychotherapist in New York. Perhaps her husband is her top client. The inmates are truly running the asylum. Is that true?
Possible. I don't
Somebody
know.
said, I'm honestly shocked to learn that creepy looking judge found somebody to marry him, but they make a lot of money, so you'll find somebody with that
Yeah.
money. So the wife of the judge, here's the most damning thing about it. Let me read this one. This is one of the most damning screenshots I have archived from the Twitter account of Dawn Marie Engeron, the wife of Judge Arthur Engeron, the leftist judge who has overseen President Trump's civil fraud in NYC. October 30th, 2023, while the trial was taking place, she tweeted, quote, pleading the fifth won't save Trump, family members in Judge Engeron's courtroom.
Wow.
Whoa. She would
It,
know, I guess, since her
it
husband is Judge Engeron. This is crazy, man.
that's a conflict of interest.
Oh yeah, this is serious. I don't even know.
If your wife does not like him, what you should not if your spouse does not like the person that you are the head of who is being tried and you're the
So
head
we're cute?
judge,
Yeah.
you can't be the person in that courtroom. You can't be the
No,
judge.
no, you cannot. That's a serious problem. And she might have even known information from the judge. That's the other part of it too. Like the judge might have, her husband might have said there's nothing because this trial here has no jury. The judge is deciding the case.
Is this the Trump Tower one?
Yes. Yeah.
So where if Trump loses, they're going to take Trump Tower from him.
We don't know that for sure, but yeah, that's basically what it would be is I think they would have to sell the property to pay back money. So I don't know if they'll
No,
I
no,
don't know if
no, no. They wouldn't. They couldn't. No, they would literally send their people in and just take the building from them. They would not
is that
have
how
to
it
put,
works? Okay.
yes, that's how it would work.
Okay. Well, yeah. So that's why Trump's showing up to the courtroom and he's got his whole life's work on the line.
That's from his father. That he built the company that he basically inherited from his father, and so of course
Yeah.
he would defend it with
Oh yeah.
every other
Oh,
thing.
you have to.
That was
Yeah.
his father's business that he took over.
Yeah. And life isn't fair. So that's why I would say, Trump, you're going to be 80. And so Nate's memes, it has a great comment here. It says that, and I'll say my piece after I read this. Trump has to be reelected to complete his hero's journey or he will never get his redemption. I agree with that. But here's my thing though. Well, I don't agree with it totally. I agree with the hero's journey and the redemption. But he could also be that person who transitioned the movement that he really kicked off and fire started off to somebody else. He could have been that person too. And now he's fighting the cases and still trying to be
Right.
that person. I don't know if that works.
So, do you think they still would have gone after him if he hadn't ran again
Oh
for
yeah. Yeah,
2024?
he basically
So,
would have to be the martyr. He would have to be like, "Hey, they're going after me. We know it's BS, but I got to handle this." And anyway, I'm 80 years old and I would love to have it be a redemption run, but I got to take care of this and I can be the guy behind the scenes
uh,
kingmaker, and it's going to be Carrie Lake. She's the next
uh,
one or whoever it is.
I saw a meme about a month or two ago where basically they said they had like 2016 was Star Wars: A New Hope, 2020 was Star Wars: Empire Strikes Back, and
Mm.
2024 is Star Wars: Return of the Jedi.
Yeah,
So
that's a good one. I'm mad I didn't think of that actually.
yeah,
That's a good one.
and when you look at it, it can be like that. It can be,
Mhm.
but I just can't see it, man. I just don't see it.
Jill
Like,
Stein is running again?
hmm, okay.
Jordan Lott said, I didn't know that.
Yeah, because I remember that show you did with Steven on Monday, where
Mhm.
Steven told you he would bet like 200 or $300 that Biden will be the next president. When like a couple months ago, he bet me $100 that Trump will be the next president.
Oh, did what? I thought it was the same bet he did with you. No,
No, he bet
we
me a
didn't
hundred.
make a bet, but
He bet me $100 that Trump will be the next president.
so he changed his opinion on that one.
He hasn't taken
I'm
the bet away. He hasn't
yeah,
rescinded it.
yeah.
I mean,
I remember you telling me about that.
if he wants to rescind it, he can because
Mm,
because it doesn't mean a whole lot to me. I just made it because he asked me to make it. So
okay, yeah. So yeah, did he say that on our live
it's
that Biden would be?
yep. You're on
Okay,
your live on Monday
yeah. I mean, facts change, times change, but for me,
because
I don't think Biden. I don't see Biden running. I just don't see how that works.
because after I saw that part, I messaged him and he told and he told me this.
Hmm.
So
Yeah. And I know we're coming up against deadlines for trying to get on the ballot in certain states, but
and another
I,
thing, Minnesota on the Supreme Court blocked the attempt to remove Trump from the ballot there.
wow,
Yep.
that's if Minnesota's not going to do it, then that'd be difficult. I don't know what's going on in Colorado. I'm in Colorado. I have no idea what's going on with that one. And then did California do one?
They're trying to pass a bill to do it actually.
California's trying to pass a bill to get Trump off.
Yeah, they're not trying to go through a court. They're just trying to say, "Hey, we're passing a bill. We're not going to allow him on to be on the ballot in our state." So
Yeah, things are falling apart shortly, but we went long, man. I'm just gonna go
yeah.
off. We're
Oh,
gonna.
let's end with I ain't saying she'll vote Riga.
This is the. I thought I had it queued up too. Wow, I had it queued up and then I went away from it, but I'll get it real quick.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, here we go. So we'll be out on this note and take care, everybody. This is the classic, the instant classic. Ramble Rants. Who else was in this? C3P Meme was a part of it. The meme fellas of the Dilly
Machiavelli
meme take.
memes.
Machiavelli memes is he
Wait,
Machiavelli memes is savage.
wait, did Phantom Shadows? You don't follow Phantom Shadows?
Where's Phantom Shadows? I thought I did.
Fuck nuts.
They probably blocked me.
Then why would they? Well,
I don't
well,
know. I think I
fair.
used to. I think probably blocked me.
Let's
Oh, maybe
weird.
not. Maybe I don't follow.
That's weird.
Yeah, I don't know why that showed like that, but here we go. Let's do the classic, um, instant classic joint, man. It's amazing what you can do with teamwork. Take care, everybody.